think your young guys showed a lot of fight tonight, right to the end, and maybe there's some things that
there's a big difference.
Veterans held over. I'm sorry. Yeah.
But I'm saying there's a big difference between going out kind of hoping to win, expecting to win, and you gotta expect to win. I don't care who you're wrestling. It really shouldn't matter. They came out and attacked, and then they kept attacking. I mean, I'll give them some credit. They kept punching, and they punched first, and then they kept punching again. I mean, we had positions where I think we could finish and work to score, and I didn't see us do it. They kept building to try to score. That's the difference between me, in my mind, going out expecting to win and kind of not sure. And then it's maybe as the match goes, then you start getting sure, but then it's too late. I thought the second half was a lot better than the first half, just from how guys competed. Lujan had that guy right on the edge. I mean, he's got to be able to realize how close he has a guy to that tipping point, and then you got to be able to push him over that tipping point. Because, I saw the look on his face. And I don't think he did. And, I'll give him credit. He went and attacked and got to us, and we need to go attack and get to him. Schwab, they scored a couple points, got the last takedown, finished on top. We talk about winning those last positions. And, there's only a few instances where we did. Albert did a great job coming out and getting bonus points. We knew that's a position where we need to get bonus points, and then he did it. But, man, overall, they beat us to the punch, and they kept punching. So good for them. And it's a difference in, like I said, being a team that is one of the best teams in the country and a team that's maybe hoping to get there.
Is that the lesson the young guys learned? Then that you can't wait till the third.
Can't wait till any time. I mean, you waiting is a trap. If we're gonna wait till next week or next month or next year or even tomorrow, if we're gonna wait for that, it's a trap, and that's a dangerous game to play. They have some young guys in their lineup too. So to say that young guys can't go out and have an impact and win right away, but we definitely got our eyes open. We got some areas that are certainly got exposed, so now the key with that is which way do you go with it? Do you go where we're going to go get back to work and we're going to really get things, some of those deficiency cleared up, or are we going to kind of tuck our tail? I mean, I don't see us tucking our tail. We got guys, Virginia Tech comes in and all the reporters are over there because of how they competed. So good, give them guys credit. They came in and they took it to us. So we got to go back. We got to go back to work and get these guys better and get them to believe when they went to step out there. And I wish I knew a way to be able to get a guy to believe before he beat somebody good. So we'll keep working on that. But these guys, they have to understand where they're at. And if you take a back seat at all, it's gonna be really hard.
What went into wrestling started at 165 right there?
Well, we don't have Cooper Moore. We don't have Cooper Moore for a long time. So,
Is that the permanent plan?
It's a plan for a while. I mean, it's a plan. It's a plan for certainly right now. We'll see how he competes there. We got some big matches coming up with him and the kid from Old Dominions. The kid from Old Dominion's really strong. If whoever comes to the UNI Open is supposed to come, 65 will be strong. You'll see him against Jordan, but it's not just his spot though. We got some other guys that want to be the guy too. So, but I want to put him out there tonight and see what how he would compete. And I thought he competed at a very high level. I thought that he set a high pace. That's what we want. We got to have him be able to use that gas tank. Would like to see him on the leg to finish the match instead of the other way around, but we certainly
take the feed, Oklahoma 73-67.
Good for them, man. Good for them. They're rolling. That's a team that's expecting to win though. They're not. They think they can win. They got a lot of young guys too. So we got to take some pointers from that.
Looked like Dylan might have tweaked something there late in this match, or was he okay?
It's not even. I know everyone is like holding their breath, but it's not even the same. It's not even the same knee. So guys get dinged up, and it was something where he wanted to go and he was ready to go out there and compete. If I truly didn't think that he was ready to go compete, I wouldn't have sent him out there. We're not in the business of putting a guy at an unnecessary risk. What I've been seeing in the room, and it's got to translate out here. He got to some positions where I really think that he could have built up and tried to score, and for one reason or another, he didn't do that. So got to get him some more time. we'll see where he's at. I don't think that's really an indication of what Dylan Peters is capable of. But I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Dan's, but I don't think that's anywhere near the Dylan Peters I know that you'll see in March.
You had another couple close matches there in the upper weights and just couldn't maybe kind of get over the top.
Well, I'm going to get really repetitive, and these guys heard it already, but that's the difference between being expecting to win and sometimes, sometimes you're okay with being close too. Sometimes it's almost like, I was right there with the guy, I could have beat him. Well, man, you got to put a stamp on things. You got to put an exclamation point on things. It getting close. At least I can handle the way those guys competed. Because I really didn't feel like they conceded things. Lujan, I can handle the way he competed, but man, and we do a lot of workouts. We do a lot of things where we really push him, and they were at that tipping point, and you could see that other guy wasn't sure, and he came to us. So good for him. So we gotta come out and punch a guy in the mouth sooner and then more often, and that's what they did. So, like I said, give those guys credit because they came out and they punched, and then they punched again, and they were very aggressive. They worked to score points, and then when they got to positions, they scored for the most part. So that's the difference between being a team that's trying to get there and being a team that's there already.
What's 157? How's 157 going to pan out for you guys?
I don't know. It's a long season. It's a long season. We're going to have a lot more opportunities to see where things kind of where they land. Certainly not going to, I guess, go start digging a hole for myself right now. I mean, it's a hell of a long season. To me, it's for these young guys, and some of these guys haven't lost a whole lot. How do they respond to that? Do they kind of take it and move forward with it and go to another level, or do we kind of put our head down? I don't. It's not how I was raised. That's not how we coach. That's not how we look at ourselves as a team. We're not going to define ourselves by one match or just being our wins and losses. It's kind of how you compete, and at least the back end guys did compete really. I thought they competed hard. They gave themselves opportunities. You got to at least give yourself an opportunity. But I know guys are gonna. I mean, there's probably gonna be a count. If they had a drinking game with this right now, with how many times I said expected to win and hoping to win, then some guys would be getting drunk right now. So I know, like I said, I'm getting repetitive, but that's the big thing that I saw. Those guys stepped out there and they believe that they're one of the best teams in the country, and our guys, they weren't sure yet.
How do you get to that point?
You know what? I've asked a lot of coaches. I've asked some pretty good coaches that had a lot of experience in kind of what they go back to is you got to beat a good guy. You got to beat somebody that you think is good. So Lujan, that match where you can put that guy away, I mean, that all of a sudden elevates you. Okay, I am one of the best guys in the country. I'm not kind of thinking that I am and hoping that I am, and the coaches are telling me that I am. I know I am because I beat the guy, and in close. I think, man, to me that's a point where you got a guy at a tipping point. And we talk about pulling him to deep water or whatever you want to call it, and he had him there, and we got to be the one that punches first. We got to be the one that attacks first. I'll give guys credit, man. When it's due to somebody, I give them credit. But we certainly don't concede anything, and our guys got to learn to not concede or put their head down or give something to somebody because they have a number beside their name, because the number has to be earned every time. It doesn't matter. And guys got to understand that. I tell you what, if I was a young guy, if I was a guy that didn't get to wrestle, I'd be pretty pissed off. I'd be pretty pissed off, and man, you know what? And so I'll put some on them too. They gotta do it in the practice room more too. So it's a whole group 1 through 35. It's not just the 10 guys that were out there. So I'm gonna prod them a little bit, but obviously Virginia Tech's a good team, so.